Hello, world. MAGA. Sickness of the ability to empathize. Used in hateful, fearful fascists in their attempt to manipulate and control. Fascists like Trump. That's usually they're going to need some power. Hitler didn't rule all by himself. He had to have followers. And he had to have the power of people who were going to make money, and exorbitant amounts of money from his policies. Otherwise, they would never have followed him, you know. So it's fascists and wealthy interests working together. And when people don't empathize, and they're only concerned about the price of bread for themselves and not for the situations of others, democracy erodes. Guess whose hands it's going to fall into? Yes, the very wealthy, the power monger, the greedy, and fascists who divide the population. Without empathy, people are divided. How do you divide people? With hate and fear. And under those kind of conditions, the enemy of your enemy is your friend, as they say. He shares the things I hate, he hates. Things that I fear, he fears. As long as you vote that way, you're voting for a fascist. That should not be the basis of friendship. Basics of friendship should be empathy, sharing the feelings of others in various helpful ways, which I call creative, objective, and compassionate. And what are the things that are lacking in Trump? Compassion, for those who are other or different. Oh, so that's not very expansive. The other thing is that he lacks objectivity. Says, "Oh, land is sorts of." Generals have reported that working with him is something like being in the twilight zone. Yeah. They also said he was a fascist to the core, which means he's all about himself. And a take on that was done in a Twilight Zone episode where this child is getting whatever he wants and controlling people. He can turn them into anything, or throw them into the cornfield, which is his trash can. Yeah, there's all that kind of power. We've heard power corrupts. Well, you should divide that power up with a democracy. And when you don't, you pay the consequences. Okay, a lot of false promises come out of facets because, in the long run, the things that they're doing are only going to create greater harm and greater costs for everybody. Just how costly was that World War II? Very. Europe was flat on its back for a long time. I mean, they were suffering. They had to heal that. So all of that considered, I would say, I would ask, what do you, as viewers of this channel, what do you think we should do? Right? We need suggestions. How do we create a more empathetic, democratic country? But people get fooled. I mean, the Republican Party has always claimed it was for law enforcement. It's supporting Trump. He's a criminal. They lie. But they hate they talk hate. They hate the right things. That fools a lot of even the police. So he hates what I hate. Remember the problem with that? Yeah, there's a problem with it. That's not your friend. Just because they hate the same thing you hate, fear the same thing you fear. The question is who's going to do something for you and help you. That's the Democratic Party, hands down. They're the ones who jump in and actually help out the police. Trying to make a more peaceful society is certainly a help for the police. Um, yeah. So, I mean, they don't talk all bullish and angry, or I hate crime. So, yeah, they talk about how we help the situation. Hate and fear is the beginning of the end of really objective thinking. It's the end of thinking, period. It's just a knee jerk reaction. And that can be manipulated very easily. So let's end it with a question. What do we do now? How can we be the resistance? Wherever you are in this world, you're probably dealing with these sort of things where a few people have all the money and all the power. They act like that little boy in the Twilight Zone. People were afraid to even think anything differently. He said he liked jelly on his eggs. Then everyone's, oh, that's good. That's good. Jelly on the eggs. We'll have some too. It was quite funny. Anyway, that's where we're headed, it seems. Yeah, a lot of people lost their money on those coins with Trump and his wife. Uh, they created the Bitcoin deal. Couple of versions of that were totally fraudulent. Yeah, it very much fits with being a fraudulent president. Yeah, let's pick out a name for Trump. Let's do that. He loves to give names to people. What would you do with Trump? Trump? Trump the mind dump. How about that? Give me your description. Yeah, let's throw it back at him. See how he likes it. And if you were born here, you might not, want the president to decide who's a citizen, and who's not. 14th Amendment dealt with that, and he's threatening that too. The whole reason for the 14th Amendment, or a big part of the reason, was to, well, two things actually, and it was to stop people who were involved in sedition from gaining power. And the other was another main thing was deciding by law who's a citizen in a way that the president doesn't have the opportunity alone to change that and decide who is and who isn't a citizen. Maybe people who need glasses, maybe they shouldn't be citizens. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't be. I'm flawed. I wear glasses. Oh, that's kick me back to Europe. Yeah. The Native Americans might applaud that one. Uh, anyway, what is the name you would give to this fraudulent president? Trump, uh, the dump mind. What about him? Till next time, keep thinking, keep caring, and keep being creative.